YouTube. Hello, Saints. Let me give y'all a minute. Let me think of a good song for this movie. I don't even know how to do it. Let's see. I don't think there's ever been a song made about white girls who are in the black community. So we have to just jump right into the story. Okay, what am I talking about? Hi, Kimberly White. I am Mrs. Ricks. Sable Winners. Zion. What's that, Zion? What's the problem now? Lord have mercy. Okay, so Lee Daniels has come out with this movie, Deliverance. Yes, I did see the movie. The movie was the most watched movie over the weekend. It's getting tremendous amount of critical acclaim. But of course, there's always people who just hate on everything and find something to hate on. I'll just say this. This is only my opinion, and I know it differs from other people's opinions. I didn't see anything wrong with Glenn Close's performance in that movie. I said, first I thought she was playing a black woman because she had these hairstyles and this form of dress like a woman from the hood, right? But I have known those type of women. They do exist. Why do you people want to erase people because you don't like them? You're trying to pretend that people ain't been bitching and complaining about black men who like white women, right? Bitch and complain about that, not realizing they're also the black man who likes a white woman and a white woman who likes black men. Correct? It's not strange to me. What I thought was remarkable was her portrayal of this woman, right? Because she seemed like a woman from the trailer. That's not usually the kind of role that Glenn Close plays. These things are challenges for these actors and actresses, correct? But I don't see anything wrong with Daniel saying that the woman was part. Maybe he shouldn't have used fabric of the black community, but at least acknowledge that this person does exist in the community. Now, she exists here. That doesn't mean she's black, right? People get so defensive. Nobody's saying that she was black. She was playing what? Listen, I was in my only long-term relationship was with a white guy. He was white. I was black. I was a black man attracted to him. He was a white man attracted to me. Correct? He liked a lot of black guys. I liked a lot of white guys. And we got together. And guess what? We liked each other. Correct? So that kind of person does exist. Why are you so offended that the person would even exist? Then you have a cast where it's almost like 90% of black people, and you're complaining because there's a white woman in it. Why can the black woman play that role? So everything has got to be all black, all black. But then at the same time, we complain that white movies, why ain't they got more black actors? Why ain't they got more? So we're supposed to be included in white movies, major productions and so forth, correct? But a white person can't participate in his black movie unless he is some kind of racist cop. It's just another character. So I took offense to that. Leave that man alone, honey. He's got a hit on his hands. I don't watch horror movies. Never. The last horror movie I watched was The Exorcist back in the 70s. Correct? But I watched that movie and I watched it to its end. So it was a well-written, well-produced movie, I thought. And I thought a standout character was first the woman who played the mother. She was excellent. They told me she was some kind of singer. I was not aware of her, but she played the shit out of the role, correct? Monique was not in the top actresses. Her role was just something he added in my opinion. She played like the what do you call those people? The welfare people who CPS person in charge of her. That role was not a hit for me, right? Monique is capable of more acting, but she has to play the role that he assigned her. The other standout performance was, in my opinion, Glenn Close. I do not take offense, and because someone that you don't know appears in a movie. You know what we complain about? Why ain't there more black people in it? Why ain't there more black girl? Anyway, let me get off that. My opinion is still different. I don't always go with soul power, soul power. So everything has got to be black, blackity black. I don't believe that. This character does exist. There are other types of characters. Actually, Monique was playing a role that Mariah Carey had in Precious. Anyway, the other complaint of the other observation is they also now they are comparing Lee Daniels with Tyler Perry's work. Now, I'm not here to criticize anybody's work, but Lee Daniels is not in the same class of entertainment as Tyler Perry. I don't know why they're comparing them, right? Because they want everything to be black, but right, only the portrayals that they want. Oh, we want to see successful black men going to a therapist. They said he got to be going to a therapist. Why can't he be a doctor? So every character is supposed to be a doctor. Every character is from the Huxtables, correct? That's bullshit. That's not all good. That's not good writing. That's not good storytelling. I'm a writer. And whether y'all read my books or not, I'm a writer, right? And what you do when you're a writer, you look around to your subject matter, right? And you pull from what is real characters. I think I did the best job on that in that book, The Epiphany, which has been held as my best book, right? And there was an Asian character in there, a person that I know personally. I know this elderly Asian guy, right? So when I looked at that character, I was just writing the way he talks, right? I noticed certain things about the way he talks, and I was hailed as my best character, right? Because that character does exist. I'm just saying, what's the criticism about? Anyway, so Tyler Perry does a whole different kind of almost slapstick type of entertainment on one hand, and he does serious movies. Some of his work is very good. All of his work is profitable to him, correct? So people bitching and complaining about the quality of his work doesn't seem to be, because it appeals to an audience, right? I know y'all want to build everybody's black, everybody got 5 and 6 and 7, 8 degrees, right? But it's bullshit. That's not the black experience, right? This woman was an alcoholic. The lead character, she's an alcoholic. You don't know no alcoholics? Why they gotta tell the negative stuff? We gotta tell whatever the scene or the scenario is presenting, right? We want those characters to be real. That's why I say Glenn Close's character was good. Tyler Perry, I don't want to get into criticizing him and all this kind of stuff, but I just feel like, in my opinion, Lee Daniels is a better filmmaker. Have we forgotten The Butler? Have we forgotten the series that he's made? I mean, it's pretty good work, right? So I don't think you should be tying the two. They're unique characters, right? But I don't think Lee Daniels' work is anything like Tyler Perry's work, in my opinion. So if y'all didn't like it, don't watch it. I think it was a good movie. It's a good movie because I don't watch horror movies. I would refuse to watch them, right? All this spocus shit. But I watched that one, and I was impressed. So I'm sorry to have one white character in the whole goddamn movie. Oh, she was supposed to be a black woman. The real woman was a black child. Whatever. How y'all doing today? I know y'all don't agree with me. I don't care. We all got an opinion, honey. Do y'all think that Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry's works are the same, on the same level? The quality of the work? Now, granted, Tyler Perry turns out a whole lot more material, right? A lot more shit you can bitch and complain about than Lee Daniels. But I think he did a good job on this particular project. This is not a wealthy woman. They're talking about ghosts and goblins and shit. And only thing I would say is I wish they would have developed the story behind this place being haunted. They did tell you that a family did live there, and this monster, this spirit, whatever, killed the family basically, or had them killed themselves. But I wish they would have got more into where this demon came from. Did y'all like it? They said it's the most watched movie on Netflix, so it's another hit. It's unfortunate these people got to put up with all this goddamn, oh, we gonna cancel him. He said she was part of the community. She was part of the fabric of the community. She said, I don't know where you people live, But yes, there are white women who dress like black women. I don't know why you get so offended, right? Oh, they're still in the culture. They're still in, girl. I can't break it down. What's going on, Darrell? Y'all, I want y'all to tell me, be honest. What was offensive about the movie as far as race, and what was offensive about what he said? That the woman exists. Now, his choice of words might not have been the best. I don't know about her being in the fabric of the community. I would say this is somebody who is in our communities. They exist in the communities, honey. They always existed in the communities, right? That character. So she portrayed the character on point, honey. She liked black dick. They didn't make any bones about it, right? We saw her try to pick up several black men, right? Pick up men in the goddamn. She was a very loose woman. And they hinted at the history. And the woman was biracial. The main character, that's why they picked up somebody with green eyes or whatever, hazel colored eyes, whatever. In interracial relationships, sometimes they look black, sometimes they look white. Most of the time they look somewhere in the middle, correct? But that was her real mother. What's wrong with that? Y'all see, y'all know biracial people. There's several of them on here, right? You don't want to talk about the mother. It's a black woman. That's a black woman. But what about the other side? That she really does it. She had a baby and it came out black. Damn, what's so, I mean, what is so hard to believe about that? When we got to put a biracial person in the White House, we've already put biracial men in the White House, girl, right? They're biracial. That means one of their parents was white. Whatever. I would just say, stop trying to paint everything completely black. One character out of the whole cast, you should be talking about what a good job the kids did. Both of the kids, I thought, did good jobs, especially the young one who was demon possessed. Right? The mother, she had excellent job, honey. Don't be distracted. Why you got to piss all over everybody's work? Then you complain there ain't not enough black people. Why ain't got more black directors? Every time they come up with something, you find some reason to hate it. Then you want to cancel him because he maybe misspoke or didn't choose the right goddamn words, honey. I don't know. I've never had a problem with race like that. I just haven't. So what I was saying about my own situation with my partner, him being a white guy who liked only black men, who's attractive for whatever reason to black men. But they say, oh, you his fetish. He got a fetish for black men, that big black dick. Girl, he liked me and I liked him just as much. We fell in love with each other, girl. I'm sorry, it hurt your feelings, right? But that person exists too, honey. Let me see what y'all think. I don't think, well, it's unfair to criticize people about each word. Can you imagine if they criticize the words that I use? Hell, half the time I don't even know what the fuck I said. I mean, if you talk, I mean, you're going to say something, you got to criticize every goddamn line. And he wasn't saying anything that wasn't true. Depends on what neighborhood you go to, honey. Some of my girlfriends that I've known through the years, the white girls, I've known several white girls. They had black husbands or black boyfriends, right? And the relationship wasn't always that great, but they always go back to another one. We can't help our attraction. Pretend that they don't exist. I mean, I saw several of them. What was that thing called? Comedy, what's it called? Comedy hype. Oh, see, why was she a black woman? You put a black white woman in there. She trying to steal. She ain't trying to steal shit. They're just showing you a character, girl. Go down to the beauty shop, honey. I'm sure you can find some white girl who wears hip hop clothes, who talks black and walks black, but she's still white. She's still in the community, honey. She exists. Don't be so offended by every goddamn thing. Ooh, I cussed. I'm sorry. Everybody in Tyler Perry are all well to do, or the scum, no in between. Well, I've not been a fan. I've been a tremendous fan of Tyler Perry initially. When I first saw his plays, I thought they were hysterical. And I watched them, all of them, over and over and over. But then he graduated to making his plays into movies. And he pulled off something that not many people can pull off. He took a slapstick character, and turned it into major production backed by Lionsgate. Big thing. So then he started making movies. Now, he's a remarkable person. He's capturing characters from his past. This was basically it. And maybe his past wasn't like the Huxtables, right? I think his mama owned a beauty shop or something. He hung around the beauty shop, yeah, right? And it has an audience. Sorry. The quality, I've never been about it, but hell, he's turned out all these damn movies. They showed one time, they showed his desk and he just had scripts all over the goddamn place, stacks and stacks of scripts. And he said he wrote all of them. So that's my criticism of Tyler Perry. I don't think as a studio head, you should be writing every script. Give some other people a chance, honey. He's not a person who denies people a chance. He says it pays them well, but I believe that he should use other writers for his stories. I'm just saying. Range. So Glenn Close, I was just impressed with that character because that's not her. All these actors, you got people who are. Look at that child, Wesley Snipes, when he played as Miss Noxzema. And what's the name of that movie? That just proved that he was a great actor, honey. Oh, you're trying to destroy the black race, feminizing the black. No, he was playing a character, girl. It speaks to his ability to play a character, somebody out of the box. So I thought it was a good choice to use Glenn Close. Plus, she's a major movie star. Anyway, I'm just ranting, honey. I just like to give my sincere opinion, and my sincere opinion is this man has made a good movie. People who are horror fans would maybe even love this kind of movie, right? The people was mad because Lee Daniels said she was the fabric of the black community. Simply means that she's in the fabric, woven fabric, all kind of characters. People don't want to see crackheads. Well, crackheads is part of the experience, honey. Right? Dope fiends is part of the experience. I don't think he was choosing all the characters. Everybody wasn't an alcoholic, but people got issues, honey. Right? So I don't know what this comparison with him and Tyler Perry is, other than they're successful directors. We ought to be shamed, always criticizing every goddamn body. I was unimpressed with Monique's role. I just am unimpressed with the role she played. I mean, I know Monique is, y'all know I don't like her, but she is a decent actress. And she could have starred in the thing, but it wasn't. It wasn't that kind of role for she played. It was like she played what Mariah Carey played, social worker. They did show her she had some nice shoes on. That's all that. I don't think the takeaway, though, is about Monique. You hear all this chatter is about Glenn Close. A lot of it negative, not even acknowledging whether the woman played that role. Any of y'all who know white women who are into black people and love black men and have black babies, y'all know she wasn't that far off. Come on, baby. Not high class. I'm not saying everybody is ghetto or anything, but that particular character was. And yes, they should include white people. You want to break into the mainstream. It should include everybody in politics, in movies, in comedy, in everything, honey. Stop resisting. She don't belong here. You ought to be flattered that she wants to be there. What about all these white rappers? I guess y'all against them too. Oh, they ain't part of the fabric of the community. They ain't. So you erase them like they erased us for years and years and years and years and years. Girl, tell me we got to grow up. I agree with a backstory. Okay, now I'm just talking now. Let me listen. Let me listen. Double-minded says Annette. Tyler Perry. What to do? Wait a minute. Tyler Perry. Wait a minute. That's right, Uncle Tim. Everybody in Tyler Perry are all well-to-do or scum. No in between. He hasn't been exposed to enough people, enough characters. All right. If he's basing everything around, the certain dysfunctions in the community, that's what brings the drama. But they're real. I've certainly experienced a whole lot of shit, honey. Right? Everything is not flowery and rosy. We're trying to get too flowery and rosy. But we can't deny the facts, honey. Right? It was sad that this woman was always so angry, and she was abusing her children. She was abusing her children. That's why she had a social worker, because she was prone to violence when she started hitting that hooch. Well, she was an alcoholic, right? And she was an abuser. That could have been developed a little more as well. But a movie, you take a book, you can follow all these things. But a movie is going to be condensed into 90 minutes. They can't tell every single backstory, right? Apparently, she had a man. He's in the service, so she's left on her own and all that. But women who abuse children, particularly women who are alcoholics, I don't think anything strange about that. So I started off hating her because she slapped that kid. I didn't like that so much. But under the conditions, let me see, make sure anybody trying to piece of trade ain't calling me honey. Ooh, somebody gave me Cash App, honey. That's my favorite sound now, though I rarely hear it. Somebody out there, somebody agrees with me, honey. Thank you. Let's see what that is. Hold on, I gotta do all this just to see what it. Come on, baby. Thank you, Phyllis. Maybe we all need a little encouragement. When y'all Cash App, that's encouragement. People, they're lazy, right? And so I don't feel like going on today, honey. If they see that there's some financial gain in it, they will hop that ass back on, right? Encouragement. You enjoyed it, Dana? I thought it was good. I thought it was much better than Tyler Perry movies. A lot of time, I hate to be criticizing that dude, but after the first couple of scenes in most of these movies he makes, he turns out so fast. I don't finish them, so it tells me that I'm not enjoying the movie, right? And a lot of times it comes down to the rushed writing, and just the rushed writing. It's not the actor's fault. They're reading the scripts they've been given. And he's an excellent guy. I wish he would just condense his work, not turn out quite so much, and just pay attention to one work or do a great work instead of all of these little bitty works. They're not little bitty, but I'm just saying, spend more time on one movie and then incorporate other writers as well, other voices, other people who have had other experiences. He's had a few hit runs. The Family That Prays Together, I thought it was an excellent movie, very enjoyable, But frankly, I haven't watched a whole lot of them. I love the plays. I love the Medea character. I just couldn't see the Medea character on the big screen. I just saw her more as a play, which is what it was initially. But we ain't mad at Tyler Perry, honey. He's been able to turn it. He's found his audience. You keep hearing the doorbell. The doorbell is not ringing, soul sister. My doorbell is very clear. That's not the doorbell. I live right in front of the Muni, which is the subway here. At some point, it comes out from under the ground. And when it comes out from under the ground, it is right in front of my window. So that ringing you hear, that's not my doorbell. That's from the train. When I first moved here, I thought I was going to have an issue because, damn, I'm living right on train tracks. But like they say, you get used to it and it just becomes, I don't even hear it anymore. And I've been here in this apartment 14 years. I'm not even aware of the train, right? But you guys can hear it. It probably amplifies when it passes. You hear it again? Ting, ting, ting. Okay, so sis. Yeah, I checked it. I was very grateful. What else there? He needs a hearing aid. Oh shit. Now, Goonies, you're back in on your other name. Goonies, you got to get your ass together. Now you had a different name yesterday. You telling, wait a minute. You telling the soul sister I'm on show. He needs a hearing aid. Something wrong with him. Goonies, there's something wrong with your personality. You can't figure if you love Uncle Tim or hate his ass. I'm just saying. I know you are aware of every step I take, every move I make, everything I say. You are watching me. Okay, so we established what the doorbell is. It's gonna get bad when if it gets hot here this month, because if it gets hot, you can't help. You got to open the windows, and then it is loud. They have double pane windows here. They just changed them 2 years ago. But you open the windows, I can't breathe, so I got to open the window. Then it's gonna get bad. Y'all got any? Do y'all believe that Lee Daniels is on the same level at his work, his artism is the same as Tyler Perry? You think is there any comparison there? When you look at the body of work of Lee Daniels, now he's had a whole lot less work, right? So as a businessman, Tyler Perry is far in a different class from him altogether. He owns the damn studio. But as a creative, I think Lee Daniels is better. Sorry if it hurts your feelings. I mean, to write, come up with Empire. Empire was fantastic, especially when it first came on, honey. And he was exposing people to characters that are not usually portrayed, right? His characters. That's what Daniels is doing. I mean, that's what he's doing on this new movie. Looking around him and seeing what's here. It'll pass. And it's also, they use all that stuff for promotion as well. As long as when you have a new movie out, as long as we're talking about it, people will go watch it. I was aware of it the day it came out. And that was all only because somebody else was saying some nasty shit about it. So I said, well, let me check it out. And that, as long as you're bringing people to watch the movie, that's why he had the most successful movie on Netflix this weekend. We don't know how long it'll last, but all this talk, even though it's negative talk, sometimes they plant that. Sometimes they have people, they pay people. What are they called? Whatever, promotion people. They pay them to start controversies. As far as I know, every time Lee Daniels does a project, I watch it all the way through, though. I'm just saying, honey. Him and Monique, they're made up now, right? They made a big. Is this the movie they were talking about from the beginning when they first made up? They're going around talking about how they're friends, they're real friends, and all that kind of stuff. So she'll probably be showing up. He does seem to be used. Like I saw that guy. What's that little gay guy from Stars? I saw he used him in this movie as well as background, because those people exist, honey. There are queens in every community, right? So I saw him in there. And I expect we're going to need more from Monique, though. If they have made up and he is doing well, this movie's going to do well. It's already done well. But they need to give her a more important role. That role wasn't it, to me, in my opinion. Ain't nobody talking about Monique's performance. I haven't heard a single word about Monique's performance. Lee Daniels, for me, Rhonda, me too, honey. He's a quirky kind of guy. I see him showing up in interviews with bathrobe on. He was in the Diana Ross show. He had his house shoes on, trying to rope. The genius, the quirkiness. Little baby spark. What's a little baby spark? Child, I hope they don't cancel me. Oh, he said that Lee Daniels, he said that word, that she is part of the family community. Right, cancel his ass. Send that nigga back to prison. I know how people talk, honey. I love Lee. People break their back putting these projects together, child, trying to get every line together, and people just take pleasure in coming to piss on it. I don't know if it's bad. I ain't got no problem saying it's bad either. If I didn't enjoy it, and a lot of times that if I didn't enjoy it, just shut the fuck up. Lee Daniels has more tools in his cool kit, and he's not writing everything like Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is writing, producing, directing, doing the sets. He does everything, right? That's not the stat. Lee Daniels didn't even write all of Empire stories. He had a whole team of writers. That's why the stuff comes out better. More voices. Makeup and the effects were given. They didn't really wait a minute. Marie. I feel like the acting from Monique to Glenn Close, etc., was great. Okay, so it wasn't a problem. Yeah, I'm not saying that Monique did a bad job. I just think the role, she could have had a better role. Makeup and effects were given to be quality. Makeup and effects. Well, at least she wasn't putting microphones on their goddamn heads in a movie, honey. He's like Tyler Perry. He had the microphone hanging on their heads. He got all that from the theater. But even in the theater, you don't see the microphones. Glenn Close makeup was terrible intentionally. She was basically a trailer broad, honey, who liked black, whatever. She was attracted to black. That's why she had an interracial baby. We didn't learn much about her husband, the man she had the baby with, right? No mic showing. That's where you start off at, Tyler. I guess he's had some decent dramatic movies as well. Tyler Perry. I really don't like criticizing that dude because whatever he's doing, he does it well, better than most people. I mean, that damn house he lives in, it looks like a king or somebody would live there. I guess it's just about knowing your audience. You be quiet, you ding dong. I had to get my baby Benadryl yesterday. I was talking to somebody in the dog park. I was telling him my baby's been scratching and fucking shit. I took him to the vet, and the vet made it worse because the vet, they talk you up, to spend more money. They gave him all his shots and rabies shots and all that, and he's been scratching ever since. So somebody in the park told me to give him some Benadryl, and I remembered. Oh, that's right. The veteran said the same thing. If he says before he forms a hot spot where it scratches into his skin, and I gave him Benadryl, and he stopped scratching. So I got to do it again today. Glenn Close's character had cancer. She was a dying woman. So they went on, and the ghost or the creature, spiritual creatures, took her home to glory. Maybe that argument about everybody in the damn script's got to be black, that's just a dumb ass argument to me. Particularly when you want us to be in every goddamn thing else, right? Included. And I gotta say, things have changed, baby. I was around. I'm old enough to be around when they first put Julia on the screen. We ain't never even seen a black person. My mama said, "Harry, there's a black woman on TV. There's a black woman." We had never seen it. It's something we never saw. They never put a black person on the television, right? That's how far I go back. All the way through all the, the Good Times years, and then it became popular. I forgot that director's name, and then all the way up to now, practically every movie has black characters. And I've noticed that a lot of movies that are coming out of London or the UK, they also have black characters as playing everything, not only just the policeman, but every role. Isn't that what we want? But then you want to turn every black movie got to stay down in the chitlin circuit. That's bullshit. Yep, Benadryl helps. Helps us and them. But Benadryl used to put me to sleep. I used to take Benadryl, go to sleep, honey, for a couple of years. It just dried me out so much. You see how much I drink water now. From all these pills I take to stay alive. Benadryl, honey, it was like 3 times as bad. But one pill is not gonna hurt the doggy face. The movie was inspired by a true story. You still change the characters around. Sometimes when I'm writing, I don't spend a lot of time describing the character, right? Because I want people to form their own idea of the character. Correct? I don't go into every detail, you know, what their hair looked like, what their breasts looked like, who had the big titties, unless it's necessary for the story. So anybody could play the role, right? No, it's not most black people's. It's some black people's. The world is too big to speak. Maybe it's a few people on Twitter with all their criticism, but the movie people, they love that. They're talking. Keep them talking. The more they talk, everybody becomes aware of the movie. Everybody goes over and see it. Right? So no, of course, it's not all black people who feel that way. We don't feel any kind of way, really. We all got a different opinion, honey. And we not fussed on the color of a person. Live and let live. Live and let live. Y'all bought the real Slim Shady records, made him a star, right? Didn't he sound like a black person? I thought it was a black person, huh? Ooh, meet me in the playground at 3:45. Don't want nobody else to know. There is just so many things that we could explore. Hey, baby, won't you take it nice and slow? When it starts to rain, we're gonna take some shelter. I want to hold your little hand. My head is spinning like helter skelter. Come a walking. She said, whoop, doop, hey. I'm just thinking about what inspired that song was that group was called, wait a minute, let me get it right. The Average White Band. I was so amazed when I was young. I said, I knew them people were black, right? But they weren't black. The Average White Band. It was called "In Walking Just a Little Bit." Hold down. Whenever I start to think of what it feels like to feel it for the first time, was it really rough as it is? She said, look, but don't you touch. That ain't much. Here it is. It's only a schoolboy crush. Boom, boom, boom. They were white men. Y'all don't remember Tina Marie? Love them and leave them. Oh, that's what I used to do. Use and abuse them. Casanova Brown. You got used to it. She was a white woman. At the Waters. Okay, here come Goonies. At the Waters. Goonies, are you still looking stuff up as you're talking? Ethel Waters in 1939 became the first African American to star in her own television show. Ethel Waters, well, I didn't see that. I never even heard that before. Ethel Waters show on NBC. She was also nominated for a I don't remember nothing like that, Goonies. That ain't the way I remember it, honey. I remember it being Julia. I Spy came shortly after that. There was a period where there was black shows all over the place. But back at that time, I just remember Julia, her little boy was Corey Baker. Julia was a nurse. No, I don't remember no black woman being before that. So maybe I'm wrong. Who was the other one? Get Christy Loves. You under arrest, sugar. Well, that's when it was starting to catch on, right? So I don't know at the Waters. Now, also they had like the Little Rascals. They had little black kids. They had looked like picking and stuff. Which were the other ones? Whatever. We're glad to be where we at. Average white man. Hey, dun 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 dun. Meet me in the playground, baby. Schoolboy Crush was the song. Y'all see, I remember the whole damn song. Was there nothing average about them? They had a few hits. John B was black. Who's John? Oh, John B. Everybody thought it was the Beastie Boys were black. Beastie Boys, absolutely, honey. So that don't mean that they're black people, but they still are. I mean, they had our music. They sang to us. We went to their concerts. They do exist, obviously. Well, a lot of that's music is a little different, right? Because we have created a whole lot of music. So a lot of people have piggybacked on the music, the artistry in that industry. Yes, sir. I am. Oh, he admits it. He admits it. Goonie said, yes, sir. I am Googling, learning something new every day. Oh, so you're not the brilliant brainiac. I used to have a roommate like you, Goonies. That dude, everything you talk to him, he'd be on his phone looking up everything you said. He can make arguments, honey, with facts and figures and things. He became hard to talk to. I said, well, goddamn, can you put the phone down and just you have an opinion? Ain't nothing wrong with it, Goonies. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd do it myself. What he said is true about Ethel Waters. Okay. Ethel Waters. She was the singer, though, right? Was that like a special kind of thing? There was people had, but that was after Julia, wasn't it? Or I just wasn't aware of that. Excuse me. You know, they had the people in blackface before that time. Can I keep up all the history? Then they had a period where they would have all these characters like Huggy Bear, you know, and most series would have one black character. Then all the Stanford and Son, the sitcoms. Well, sitcoms seem silly now because but when we were kids, I mean, that was it. Everybody watched the same thing. We didn't have no 600 channels. We got too many, like that guy Kendrick Lamar said, it's too many options. We're everywhere now. And let everybody else, I mean, we ain't gonna do it on our own, child. You want the biggest audience you can get. Sex you up. Voice was a mood. Ooh, the guys who sing Sex You Up. Ooh, I don't remember Sex You Up. I remember Sexual Feeling, Marvin Gaye. Good for me when I get that feeling. Open up and let me in, something like that. You're so great. I got sexual healing. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Gonna make love tonight. Mm-hmm. I don't remember your version, the Goonies. Here comes the insults. I've been admitted googly. I've been admitted googly. You just don't pay attention because you running your mouth. Well, this is my channel, nigga. This is what I'm supposed to do, girl. Goonies, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. You think on my channel I'm not supposed to run my mouth? What the fuck am I here for? Oh, we gotta have the Goonies show. Now, Goonies, you're missing your calling. You see how these people now, Ness used to be exclusively on Jay Wilson channel as Craig, right? Now Ness has their own channel. Ness is doing her own thing. You see Lemon started out a fan of, what's the other one? Sir King, right? Then he started showing up on Sir King. He was still hesitant about showing his face, but he still came on Sir King. And now he's got his own show. He's doing great. He's going to Las Vegas, honey. You're wasting all your time in the chat when there should be a Goonies channel. Fun with Goonies. Come learn about the world. Whatever. You got to move on, man. Mm-hmm. Color Me Bad saying that song. Color Me Bad. Mm-hmm. I thought David Bowie was black when I first heard him. What songs he had? Oh, down, best behind the bridge. He lays down. He frowned. Gee, my life's a funny thing. Am I still too young? He took her then and there. She took his ring, took his baby. It took him minutes, took her nowhere. Heaven knows she'd have taken anything, but all right. She was a young American. Young. But that ain't something made him sound. He didn't sound black in that. He sounded black on Fame. Bowie was one of them characters that kept changing himself. Fame makes a man think things over, makes his looks hard to swallow. Fame, 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 fame. What's your name? Is it any wonder I reject you first? Your last video was wonderful. It should have been moved. Move you up in the ranking. My last video, what was it? It wasn't about that Jay Wilson, was it? Oh, those are my favorite. Those are my hits, son. Thank you, Rhonda McGee. Y'all go see my last video. I don't remember what it was. I think it was talking about the hypocrisy of Jay Wilson. Can you please not call me that word? Thank you. What word? Goonies, you didn't change your name 3 times this week. Now, what do you want from us? Brainiac is the one you take offense to? Oh, don't call you the N-word? Well, all right, Goonies. Now, listen here. If I go someplace and they say a word, they say the C word or B word, and I don't like it, you know what I do? I just don't watch it. Okay? Okay. Over here, we do use the word niggas. We have given up on the fight, right? I started off not saying the word N-word, you call it. Everybody was saying, you got to use the N-word. You got to say N-word. You got to put an A instead of an I and all this kind of stuff, girl. And I finally surrendered. I surrendered all. I just rethought it. I said, well, it does make sense to take a word that's used against you and turn it to your word, right? So I stopped taking such offense because I say the word nigga. I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's just who I am. It's my decision, my personal decision. In the gay world, people start calling themselves queers. Now, in my world, a queer was the same thing was faggot, right? Because that's what they used to use. They used to use it as a negative word. But now they got queer restaurants, queer newspapers. It's just queer, right? They took the word back, right? That you intended to use against me. Same word with the N word and nigga. I'm sorry. It offends you. But I try not to call you that word, Goonies, if you're so offended. Is there anything else I can do for you? How else can I make you happy, Goonies? Y'all don't call Goonies the N word, please. He don't like that. This is the Goonies show. Now he feels relaxed. Call me anything he wants to, child. I think he was over there calling himself Timothy Blaine's real teeth. I believe that was him, right? Because he's the only one I know that goes to the other people's pages where it appeared. But that's okay, right, Goonies? Oh, here we go. Lord have mercy. It's a Goonie takeover. What about Precious? Precious was wonderful, honey. That's made their careers. What was they complaining about in Precious? I don't remember. It got the Academy Award. Monique was wrong as far as Precious goes. She complained here in Sydney about how much money she made. How much money? Miss Thing, you got the Academy Award, girl. Actresses are breaking their backs and never getting the Academy Award their whole lives. Their whole life's work. You got it all in one movie, girl. And right, that was supposed to catapult your career. Instead, you used it it had the opposite effect with you, with the murmuring and complaining. You're supposed to take that. I am now an Academy Award actress, honey. Right? So other people will use me. But if you're going to be complaining, if that's all they're going to get out of you, you're going to be online talking shit, telling people to suck your dick, girl. Why would we want to get involved with that? So she blew that. She blew it. I guess the fame was too much of a rush for her. I'm just here to cause a little chaos. Oh, you here to cause chaos? I've been called worse. Trust me. I don't take none of this stuff serious. I just cause chaos. Well, thank you for showing up, Goonies. That's just what we need. Tim, everyone don't like that word. I don't use it. Well, that's just a personal choice, soul sister. I don't mean to be offensive, but it's just like with telling these black kids about sagging pants. Do you know they've been sagging their pants halfway around the ass, whether the drawers was clean or not, for over 30 years? When I arrived here in 32 years ago, they had already been sagging for at least 5 years. So what's that? That meant 37 years these black kids have been wearing their pants down around their ass. I thought it was nasty. I mean, I did. But at some point, you got to say, what? I can't tell them people what to do. They're going to do whatever. It's their thing. Do what they want to do. Don't let me tell you who to sock it to. If you want to use the N-word, maybe you will. Believe me, people, it ain't that big a deal. It just ain't that big a deal. Just take the word back from the people who have used against you. So I agree at some point, right? So that word does not offend me anymore. I'm not offended when you just say a word and my life is destroyed. Now, I'm not going to accept that word from other races of people because there's a different context. Whatever. I can't explain my way out of this shit. You just do what you do, honey. Yeah, a whole lot of people, grown people, don't use that word. And a whole lot do. To me, it's just expressive language, just like all the other cuss words. The Bible says don't use cuss words. You know. Girl. What about Precious? Why do they have to label everything? They label everything, honey. Everything has to have a label. And so at some point you got to surrender, honey. Stop trying to control other people, what comes out of their mouth. Just like Trump had to stop controlling women, what comes out of their private parts. I mean, it belongs to them. How are they gonna make fucking legislation to say that because you had an accident, you have to carry this baby to full term, even if somebody raped you, girl, it's okay. Then you got to look at him for the rest of your life. No, you harbor hatred. I never wanted this baby. But yeah, I guess they feel like it's okay to control it. People like it's Vic Vance. Why would you even want that? Why would you even want to control other people's bodies? Based on what? Trump ain't got no damn religion. He don't give a fuck about no damn religion, no Bible, and that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean nothing to him. It just means votes. For the religious fools that want to control every goddamn thing. Everybody don't want a yes man, says Goonies. Uncle Tim, wait a minute. Handle Goonies, Uncle Tim. How you handle people with such grace and dignity and make it your own beautiful. I'm screaming. Oh, that's sweet, Rhonda. Just like Goonies exist in the world. We can't say the Goonies, you're blocked, you don't exist. Can you imagine that? Goonies moving in your, ooh, do you like Goonies in your funk? What's that song? That was the Beastie Boys. Can you imagine Doobie in your funk? You know where the line comes from, Goonies. Goonies are good enough, he says. That's his name. Goonies, so why? We're curious. Why did you change your name back? You had a different name yesterday. What happened? Go up in ratings. Thank you, good Goonies. People have opinions, people. A lot of people are afraid. They say, well, if the other people say, the black people say that he was wrong for saying she's part of the community, he was wrong for saying it. So now you got to go by what they say. Who is they? There ain't no damn they, honey. There's a few people sitting on their computer, girl, complaining. And I'm not afraid to tell my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't think there's anything offensive about what that man said. You want to cancel him, like you got some kind of power. Exactly. Stay out of my body. What I ate don't make you the S word. That's right. You know, women can turn the vote. They can decide the president. Right? Even when you're an older person, your baby making days is over. Right? This is an assault against women, period. For all, how long it takes to turn it? So you're gonna wait for the next 50 years, child, pumping out babies, because you're so scared, right? That the other people are going to overtake. We need more babies. We need more babies. Really? What's it got to do with you, Vance? Stop the border. Stop the border. It's crazy. Donald Trump came out here and act like the border is the primary issue of this country. Since when did that happen? Before he started running his goddamn mouth. Oh, the people, they agree with prejudice, honey, bigotry. We all got, everybody here except us, girl, are immigrants. Why are you so offended by the immigrants, child? Yes, we should make sensible laws, child, but people should still be allowed to come here. That's why we have a country. That's why this motherfucker exists. Immigrants. But no, Donald Trump up sliding down his gold elevator and told y'all, oh no, it's an invasion. It's an invasion. They taking the black jobs. I'm not going to be your maid, bitch. They take the black jobs. Those are all black jobs. I want y'all picking oranges. Some stupid people agree with it. Oh, by the way, anybody heard from Wiley? Excuse me. That just slipped out. That's the salt and sugar. Well, let me say, don't use cuss words. I don't think I have many words if I didn't use cuss words, right? There were several people when I was looking for an editor for one of my books, and they would tell me, "Oh, I can't edit that. Oh, you use foul language." I said, "Well, girl, that's who I am. This thing that is my voice. I'm not gonna come up with a different character for you." Right? You don't want to edit the goddamn book. Don't edit it, girl. You ain't like I'm not dependent. Oh, your judgment. I'm a holy woman. Holiness is what I long for. Ooh, righteousness. Like it got something to do with God. I think God's impressed by your goddamn silly ass word. Well, somebody said it 6,000 years ago. I heard it when they said it. I hear you read a book, child. One person made an insert in the goddamn book and thing, and now you think that not saying a bad word, it makes you somehow holier. No, if you have better language, use it. Just be you, honey. Do you, boo. They want more babies, but they ain't gonna take care of the babies. Soon as they pump out all these extra babies, because you think about it, when you're talking to 300 million people, child, it's gonna be a whole lot of babies. It's gonna be a whole lot of accidents. There's gonna be a whole lot of people trying to abort babies, and they can't get an abortion, so they take a fucking hanger like in the old days, child, and fuck up their system where they never have a baby again. It's gonna be a whole lot of shit that happens. What am I talking about? Because you want to control other people's choices. It doesn't make sense. Why should bands care? But that's a religious idea. They ain't religious. They're not religious people. Donald Trump is definitely, and he's asking God to forgive shit. Right? Damn. You've been convicted 30-something times, girl. You got case after case after case after case breaking the law. And you want to convince these idiots, child, that you pro-law. I'm pro-law. I'm pro-law and order. I'm pro-all and order. Then you're a convict. Does that mean anything? That you're a convict? You're supposed to be in prison. You're a convicted felon. And a rapist. And a thief. And a bigot. Mhm. When I'm writing, if my character, I have several characters. Some of them don't cuss. Cuss words don't come out their mouth. That's not the way they talk, honey. And that's not because they're being bougie, it's just the way they talk. But some characters, they cuss, just like in real life. Some people do, some people don't, honey. A silence of wailing means he's getting much needed help. The silence of Wiley. Oh, well, Wiley's still in jail, honey. He ain't out. Right. More than likely, when Wiley is released, whatever happens, maybe he get 30, 60 days, whatever. He'll come out with his full faculties, right? Now, whether he just decides to take the medication as prescribed and so forth to see a psychiatrist, that's going to be on him. But at least he has a fresh start. Mm-hmm. His next hearing is a few weeks. They increased his bail from 20. They increased his bail? Oh, he's in trouble then. Where'd you get that from, Arts and Crafts? They increased his bail. First, they came and said that they had diminished his bail, decreased it. But they took off the $5,000 charge and just added that 5,000 to the other 20,000. So it was 25,000. So now you're saying they increased his bail from 25 to $75,000. They don't want to let him go. I got to look into that, Arts and Crafts. A nice bond. You probably can't afford. I would cash app him a few coins for commissary things. You know, $10, $15 is a lot when commissary rolls around, but he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have access to his cash app, so it wouldn't do any good. Maybe one of his people will give his arrest number or whatever in case he needs some zooms and whams. Now, I've been in jail many, many times, child, and it does make a difference when that cart comes around and you can buy you a candy bar. People have done all kinds of strange things for a candy bar in jail. I am not exaggerating. So maybe he can be helped in that way. We'll have to get back to that. Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll check on Wiley. Should be public knowledge, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have access to those that isn't high of his case. Yeah, that number might have even been the documents that they're circulating, telling you about his bail and so forth. If it's easy, I'm not going to go through no big process to try to find out is that doxing. But if he wants it known, then I'm sure he could get it known. He has some followers, some loyal followers. I'm just saying, if you can get him a few dollars, it helps a lot. You're supposed to be getting the indigent package. What's that? Deodorant and toothpaste? Yeah, you can get that, honey. But the zooms and whams is you got to pay money for that. He might have some money on him when they arrested him. I don't know. Wally hasn't been doing as well lately, but he still gets a few cash apps and stuff. So he could have some money on him. Indigent package. They did increase Wiley's bail. I wonder what triggered that. Oh, the city must have decided to hit him with another charge. That's the thing about all this goddamn video stuff, child. They can look at the damn video and see the behavior again, right? But before it would be hearsay. Now they use videos. The judges use videos now, just like they use documents. No, that is not doxing. It's public record. Well, Being public record, in my opinion, does not mean you go post other people's information. If your address is public record, does that give you the right to go and post my address to all these strangers online? I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what they use is public records. When someone docks you, they're not coming up with no deep, dark secrets. They're accessing public records. That's how they know things about you. So it's still wrong, Goonies. Toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, tidy whities, slippers. Yeah, they get all that, Goonies. They don't want you walking around with a dirty booty hole, honey. I didn't know they increased it, though. They tripled it, 25 to 75. They tripled the bail. Maybe they decided that he was sane enough to stand trial, honey. Maybe it came from the psychiatrist in the nut ward. I don't know. Justin, it's a good question. Justin, how you know so much about jail? You know about the tidy whities and the slippers, everything. He telling on himself. I worked at Atlanta. Okay, pre-trial and federal. You know a lot about a lot of stuff, Goonies. If you say anything about benefits, you know the dollar amount that people are getting, girl. Boxing will be released. Someone's social security. No, boxing, what do we call it? Boxing. Doxing, honey. It's called doxing, Goonies. Will be released somebody's social security. Well, social security number is one thing, but you don't need a social security number to dox somebody. You need somebody's social security number to steal their identity. It's a different thing, honey. It's a whole lot more serious than doxing. Doxing is just tracking people's personal information, however you come across it. Correct? Immigrant package, maintenance poor. Oh, an immigrant package. No, I don't think anything wrong with sending him a few dollars. I'll do it myself. Y'all come up with the what his jail number is, how do you send him money? I don't mess up like that. Somebody who actually needs it. Wally is finished. They might do him like they did VS. Because he was filming all these antics that he was doing, and they have all this video evidence, the judge might decide, well, obviously you have a problem with posting things on the internet. So we're banning you from any use of the internet for 2-3 years. You cannot post on the internet. If we have knowledge of you posted anything on the internet anywhere, then we will give you the full time and put them on probation. If you do that, then you're going to get 2 years in prison. Your choice. That's what they did to VS. And you see that she pretty much obliged, honey, and stayed to the letter. And that's how she was able to come back online. So it's very likely that whatever time he gets or fines he gets, he may also be banned from the internet. And it probably would be the best thing for him. Just concentrate on getting the services you need and getting a job that you can perform, because you were doing it several years, right? I think he worked at Walmart for a while. Worked at Walmart, worked in the nursing homes and all this. I don't know what this obsession with the nursing homes, because when he freaked out, first thing he did was call his grandmama in the nursing home and say she got murdered. Oh, Goonies, you're giving us another nugget. I received SSI, so why? That's why I know. Wait a minute. Why you erase it, Goonies? You received SSI? Well, just between you and me, brother, I figured that out a long time ago. Okay. You ain't got to come on here and tell all your business. Okay. So all of us ain't stupid. I am on SSI. So of course I would know the numbers. Well, the numbers fluctuate, Goonies, because we're getting a whole lot more in California than they get in Alabama. Okay. They go by the cost of living in your state. Walmart not gonna hire Wiley. Oh, never again, honey. Oh no, honey. He's gonna be in a Walmart history after that stunt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his path forward is. First, he got to get his mind right. Get your mind right. Get you that check. That I don't know. They call it crazy check, whatever it is. I certainly got it several years, and it wasn't because I was crazy. But if you need that as a base, then find out what your next step is. They have back to work programs, places you can still work, get your benefits, honey, get your housing. There are things that are available to you, Wiley, but you gotta focus up, honey. Stop worrying about YouTube. When you come back a brand new man, honey. For behold, all things are become new. Mm-hmm. Popeyes with hiring. Mm-hmm. They got all kind of programs, honey, for people with disabilities. They have a whole program that might be who placed him in the nursing home in the first place. Anyway, we all up in Wiley business. Thank y'all for coming in. I hope I wasn't too aggressive with my opinion, but that's what this is, honey. That's what we do. We talk about what's going on. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Then I'll tell you what's going on. Ooh. Right on, baby. Right on. Ay, 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 ay. The big old titties. Later, people.